All right, it's that time again. King of the Table 9 is just a few days away, and here are my thoughts. All right, so this is a 5-card match, but there's 3 specific matches I want to talk about. We're going to start off with Larry versus Leontis. Now, we saw them pull left-handed recently, and Leontis was too much. And I'm very impressed with Larry's arm, which means I'm extremely impressed with Leontis' left arm. But since then, we saw Leontis pull in Florida at the Olympia. Looked good left, had some battles, but his right arm is not quite the same level as his left, whereas I think Larry's right arm is probably equal. So in my opinion, I think Larry's going to be the favorite. Larry's trained so hard. You saw him cut to 230. It's crazy what this guy can do with his body. He went down to 230 back to 280 in just like a couple of weeks or less. He looks huge. He looks strong. Leontis is a very impressive young man. But in my opinion, it's going to be Larry Wills. If they pull all 6 matches, 4-2. 4-2 Larry. Leontis may pull something out. Larry may try something different. But I think Larry's a favorite going in this match. All right, this next match, Vitaly Laletin versus Hermes Gasparini. A lot of people have been wanting to see this match ever since we got to see the practice session a couple years ago in Dubai. So, I'm going to tell you what the good things about Hermes. Ever since he lost to Devon, you see like this refocus. He's always focused. He's always training. But you see this guy like, okay, now I have some holes. I'm not where I thought I was. There's a couple lanes that I need to work on. Now, the problem is, how does he fix a longer lever? You know, he lost to Alex Gardesha. He lost to Devon. Vitaly may have the longest levers in the game. And I'm not 100% sure that Hermes could do to Rivas what Vitaly did to Rivas. I don't know, man. This is a tricky one. I love Hermes, and I think Hermes is a stud. But I'm favoring Vitaly probably 55-45. Now, this is crazy because Vitaly's only had he's had the AMC matches, and he's had the one very impressive match over Rivas. But Hermes has been on a tear with the exception of pulling Devon, right? But I just think that kryptonite for Hermes is a long lever top roll. That is the epitome of what Vitaly Laletin is. Vitaly, we've said it for a long time. Devon and I spoke about it. Vitaly might be the man. Vitaly might be the guy with the most potential in sport. I mean, 6'9", long lever, lightning fast top roll. You know, you see the practice poem from years ago, 2018 after his Lottie tour, where Devon gets on the table with Vitaly and they go to a hook and they go everywhere and Vitaly just owns him. I don't think that would be an accurate assessment of what would happen today if those two guys arm wrestled, but it shows you that Vitaly is more than just a top roller. But I mean, when you watch the practice session from Dubai, there were a couple of moments where Hermes got the height on him, buckled his wrist back. I don't know. That's a very exciting match. I'll definitely be watching, but I think Vitaly is 55-45. So I'm going, so far, I have Larry Wills winning and Vitaly winning. The final match, Super Heavyweight Championship of the World. I'm not 100% sure if I'm accurate about that, but I think the East versus West belt is on the line at East versus West and King of the Table events. I think that's what they decided. So Devon's Super Heavyweight Championship belt will be on the line, King of the Table, versus Georgi Tsvetkov. Now, you all know that there's circulation of a practice pull with Devon and Yori after their arm wars. And if you watch it, Georgi opens him up. Georgi stretches him out, gets him in his bicep, gets him in his King's move. But that's all he does. He doesn't finish him. Devon bleeds him. And they actually end up not finishing the matches because Georgi just surrenders, right? Now, that is a practice pull. Now, what can we gather from a practice pull? Well, could Georgi hit harder? Could Georgi do more? Possibly. But Devon is probably not trying to take everything in the setup like he would in a match in a practice pull. He's feeling out his opponent. He's gathering data. Georgi is a great guy. One of the nicest, most humble individuals you'll ever meet. I'm pretty sure he's full-time arm wrestling now. I think his family has a ski resort or something, and the last interview I heard that he's like full-time. So what does that mean for Georgi? If he is full-time arm wrestling, is he the guy that you know Devon's sleeping on? Is he the guy that's going to defeat Devon? Is he the guy that's going to bust Devon's wrist back? Now, you know, Devon's made some comments about Georgi saying he was on top rollable, and he showed Alex Gardesha top rolling Mazzolati. If Devon cracks Georgi's wrist, in my opinion, it's going to be through a King's move. He's not going to traditionally top rolling back pressure through his hand and wrist. I think he'll play the defense game and crack his wrist that way. Now, the other lane that Devon has available is to carve in, start tight, and come crashing down on Georgi and see if he can put him in a hook. And if he does, I think that's the end of the day for Georgi. In my opinion, this is a 3-1 Devon Larratt. I think it's a 75% Devon wins, 25% Georgi. Now, those numbers could be skewed a little bit. Georgi may have a bigger chance than that. We don't exactly know where he's at. I know no one predicted him to beat Morozov, especially on a week's notice. So I'd like to hear what you guys think on all the predictions. Who do you think's going to win? Am I right? I'm pretty good at this stuff. Like recently, someone started calling me Nostradamus because most of my predictions have been coming true. Devon is just he's in his best form ever right now, and what he's able to do to his opponents. Now, will he get in Georgi's head mentally like I believe he did with Hermes? I don't know if he necessarily did with Dennis, but it didn't matter because he knew he believed he was a level higher, and he showed that on the table. I think Georgi might be a legit threat. I genuinely think Georgi is a legit threat, but I still think worst case scenario, Devon defends the title 4-2. Those 2 rounds will have to be early, in my opinion. The moment the match stops and Yori's offense is nullified, Devon puts on a show. Be sure to tune in this Saturday, King of the Table 9, Core Sports, and I'll be watching as well.